Hey everyone, we now have images, names, and descriptions of 5 key items in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And we're going to go over these 5 key items and break them down, analyze, and speculate what they actually mean in-game. Now, there are some obvious ones and some that are really surprising to see. Just a huge disclaimer, these are not direct spoilers. However, there's a lot of speculation and indication that might lead to some story points that have already kind of been shown in trailers, but this just confirms or points us in the right direction of what is happening with the storyline. Rest easy, I will not be spoiling any major plot lines, especially since we don't know any of them yet, so this is all purely speculation. However, it's really cool to look at these. So let's get started, and with the first and most obvious item, it's the Paraglider. We knew this would be back in the game, however, there's some things to note here. First things first, the Paraglider is slightly different than the one from Breath of the Wild. It just looks a bit sturdier, and we can see this from trailers. It's a completely different Paraglider, but this one, the description on the image says, this item was given to you by Pura. Clearly a new one from the events of Breath of the Wild, and another thing to note, we can customize it with specific amiibo. We've seen this in trailers before. The Paraglider shown here has Koga's face on the sailcloth. We are unsure of what happened to Koga and the Yiga clan after the fallout from Breath of the Wild's event, but if this is any indication that Koga is alive, possibly active, possibly thriving, who knows, a redemption arc for those guys maybe. We know that they were still around after, but we don't know exactly what happened to them. Up next, we have what is called the energy cell. This is an entire new item. We did not have anything like this in Breath of the Wild, and this is obviously directly associated with the battery cell quantity we have for operating machinery and vehicles that Link creates in game. Basically, when you build something, you have to attach a battery to it to make it work. So just like the stamina wheel, you have a limited amount of battery to use whenever you're operating any of the vehicles you built. The image shown here, we can see 4 energy cells attached to the device, and there's a maximum possible amount of 8 slots for us to upgrade them. Another cool thing to note is the size of these cells. You can see them over here attached to Link's hip on the side. They are like little battery pods that Link keeps on his waist. Link is strapped with portable battery power, and it looks really cool. We're not 100% sure how Link will be able to upgrade his energy cells, maybe from clearing dungeons or collecting a certain type of currency, perhaps clearing those overworld puzzles. Maybe you can exchange these for something. Maybe you hand them over to Robbie or Pura, someone else, and they'll give you more battery cells. We aren't sure yet of what they mean or how we can upgrade them. Up next here, we have the travel medallions. Now, this has been shown in the latest review footage. What is cool about this item, that back in Breath of the Wild, this was locked behind a paid DLC. You have to actually pay to use this. Now it seems that we have access to this at base game without having to pay any extra money. So this is huge. Some sources have said that you can collect more than 1 travel medallion. We're not quite sure of that. However, the text below for the description says that it was built by Robbie. Now, if you all know Robbie, he is known for being a scientist at the Royal Ancient Lab and the Akala Ancient Tech Lab, where he studies ancient tech, and he's able to create these ancient tech items for Link to use in his adventure. Now, the travel medallions do seem to be powered by ancient tech or maybe Zonai, so it makes sense that he can create them for Link. There's speculation that we'll have access to more than one, and maybe we collect materials to have access to get a second one or maybe even more. And I think that would be ideal for traveling around Hyrule and the Sky Islands. Hopefully we can collect, you know, a bunch of them and kind of drop them around the map, drop them around the overworld so we can easily travel to some places. Here we have a big one, and there are some hints to the storyline that we already knew. However, this just confirms it. This item is the new and updated Sheikah Slate, but this time it's called a Pura Pad. I really like that name. Pura seems to have created a new version of it. This one's much slimmer and more high-tech, it seems, almost like a nod to the Switch OLED. So it's cool to see the Slate coming back with a version 2.0. But here's the big smoking gun that we saw in trailers to confirm that Zelda is obviously in great peril and something really serious went down. The text on the Pura Pad says, Princess Zelda's prized device. This is clear she lost this item when something big went down and Link held on to it for her. This is really cool. Truly a huge rescue quest that we're about to go on. And we saw this in trailer when Link was reaching out his hand to Zelda as she was falling. So this is likely when this Pura Pad was lost. But don't worry, Zelda, Link is going to get you back and return your Sheikah OLED back to you. All right, this one is even bigger than the last one, and it's a mysterious yellow glowing item we have spotted, and it's called the Light of Blessing. We don't have much to take away from the description that shows. It just says a crystal that glows with a light. That is obvious from the pic, but this is a huge speculation. I think that maybe this is what's replacing the spirit orbs in order for Link to upgrade his stamina and health. Maybe, we don't really know. But it seems to be super important just from the looks of it, and the name Light of Blessing has just this dominant and prominent title that will likely play a big role in the game. So that leaves us with the item that got shown to us, pulled from an old regular chest, nothing too fancy, which is called the Sage's Will. What is this item and what is its importance? We have suspicion that maybe this is just some old currency and you have to collect them to maybe upgrade your energy cells, maybe something you trade into Robbie to get ancient tech or Zonai technology built. We don't really know. I'm really excited for these new items. We finally got some cool speculation on what they mean. I can't wait to play this game. Don't forget to subscribe for more Zelda Tears of the Kingdom content. Let me know in the comments what you think these less obvious key items are and what they'll do and what they mean in the game. Drop any theories you might have or features you're looking forward to in Tears of the Kingdom. And most of all, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all on the next video.